Hi, welcome back to Sunday Chats. It's me and Jackie today. Well, tonight. Might be today where you are, but it's tonight for us. And we thought we'd talk about the book that we read and whatever else comes up.
Let me see if I can do this without. Okay, good. Nice. I had to log into my phone so I can see the chats. There's
Oh,
four
good.
people currently. Um, so we have a Winnie. We have Morel. Look at my hat, guys. It's glows. I'm Mickey. I'm a sorcerer.
Hello, Winnie. Hello, Marilla. Hello, darling Craig.
So I did finish this book, and I have lots of thoughts, lots and lots of thoughts, tons of thoughts.
I am eh, it's a cute story, I guess. Hi, Ronnie. I I finished it.
I hate
So
bashing books
please
because
tell
I
me
love
your
books.
thoughts.
So I love books. I don't want to bash it too hard. So if you're into a pleasant, easy, non-complicated, predictable, British-ish temperament type of a book, this is the book for you. It has like nothing to do with witches, honestly. Yes, witches throughout the entire theme of the book. It's about witches. But as I've said a million times, fantasy books, sci-fi books are about you take away the witch, you take away the magic. What is that story talking about? The story is about lonely people
Yes.
meeting each other, finding
Yes.
that they are enough, that they are worthy of love, that they are,
Yes.
and it's so freaking okay. This is what I hate about this type of literature, in period. Okay, not the witch part. I love the witch part. I would like to have more witchy stuff in here, but no, 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 no.
Yes.
This is not what we're talking about. This book, there's a mysterious benefactor who is wealthy that you can support these people. They have this home, they have a staff. There is governesses and there's maids and staff. There's staff. That's a great fantasy literature. For me, I hate it because I grew up with a nanny and a staff and absentee parents. So for me, it hits
Yeah.
home a little too hard. And for me, I would rather be like, I like the books where people actually have a 9 to 5 job, living their life, trying to be a regular person, even if they're a witch or a wizard or whatever. This book, not that way. This book, there's a benefactor, there's wealth upon wealth. There's
Oh,
all
yes.
this trappings. And it happens, the time frame happens all within 6 weeks, by the way.
Yes.
6 week time frame. They fall in love. They have they children love her. They fall in love. She reconciles with her mentor and I'm giving away the whole dang book, by the way, guys. So
It doesn't
you
matter.
don't have to read the book. It's a wonderfully pleasant book. The narrator was awesome. I loved her accent, but honestly, I would not have read this book if it wasn't for the book club. I would have never made it through half of the book. Now, the best part of the book was the ending. It literally was the ending. It actually turned out really good. And there was like one sex
Yes.
scene in there, so they threw in the romance, they have in the sex scene, they have the funny side characters, they have the children, everything to pull on your heartstrings. It's a fun, nice book. Am I going
It
to look up
is.
the author and read the next book or any other of her books? No.
No.
Am I will look up the narrator because the narrator was good. And
Yes.
so it
She
was a
probably
I
does more
would have
narration work.
yeah, it was a very pleasant book. It just wasn't really about witches. It really, if you take the witchcraft out of it and you don't talk about, it's honestly talking about how two misfit people um, get together, decide. I mean, the crime happens. There's a death and a murder. Okay, so I mean, so many things happen. All the tropes for storytelling is in this book. There's
Yes.
witches. There's a secret society. There's children. There's wealth. There's entitlement. There's a gay couple who I love. They're like my
Yes.
favorite. And then you have the spinster lady who is the house nanny. And then then you have the
The gay
witch who
couple
actually
had the
comes.
best lines. I mean,
Oh
they
yeah,
they made the
the
book.
best.
Without them,
They the book would have
it's
been
a
dead.
it's a book to curl up with and drink your hot cocoa and
Yeah, It's a
And it's
feel-good
just a
book.
cozy
It's a
book.
pleasant, it's
It's
not
just pleasant.
challenging,
Yeah.
it's not earth-shattering. You can
No.
actually just by the end, you already knew what was gonna happen. You already
Yeah.
knew because the climax and the meetup, and you okay, something bad's gonna happen now. They've met up, they're falling in love, and within 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks. Can I preface that? I Within 6 weeks they meet, they fall in love, they have sex, and they get together.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. It is not real life, but it's
The
a fun book.
it's
So as I
fun
said,
because
as a
of
fun book.
like it's fun because of like you know, she carries a fish, a koi pond, and
Mhm.
all of this in her car. So it's kind of like Mary Poppins-ish, her car is her Mary Poppins bag, and the children don't like her at first and then grow fond of her, I that's why.
I'm entering Christiana. She actually
Christiana.
my
Yes.
favorite regular person book is, and I don't
Right.
really have one because I've always liked books, young adult books specifically. I do like romances. They're fine, but they're so far-fetched and they
Yes.
reflect the current time. Even modern contemporary fiction, today's young people, it's so ridiculous how they associate with each other that I can't relate to that either. And I can't relate to this far-fetched romance governess, Lord of the Manor crap at all. And I don't fall into those fantasies. So I like the ones that are like not a romance, honestly. There might be a
Right.
love interest. I actually like the ones that they have married, established relationships, and you can already be in that relationship with them, and you can see. So it's not about getting to the point where they get married. They're already married or whatever, and they're going forward with the mystery or the adventure or the whatever. And I love science fiction and fantasy a lot. Like there's an author I really enjoy reading, and her name is Sherilyn Kenyon. She's written a ton of books, but her protagonist, Hey Apple Blonde, is normally a tortured soul, normally someone who can't find love. Um, but in real life, that reflects her life. If you know anything about the
Right.
author's life,
Okay.
it's pretty brutal, right? So her books are a reflection of what she knows, and I think with every author, there is a part of yourself in every book you write, and
Yeah.
so for me, I kind of like looking for the deeper meaning. And when you've read like Sherilyn Kenyon's book, and I've read almost everything she's ever written, she's very popular. Um, you can see it. And then when you learn about her life and then her marriage, then her divorce in real life, you're like, ah, this makes so much more sense now. The reason why you can't
Right.
identify with her character so much is because she lived that. She lived that deep loss, that deep, I want to love somebody who loves me for me. And that, again, in this book, it's the same thing. The witch, her name's Micah, or Mika, and she learns that she goes through she's in her 30s and she learns that she can be enough. She is worthy of love. People can love her. She isn't just, a witch who has to be in secret. She can have
Right.
family,
And
friendship.
not just to
Um,
be used by anybody who finds
yeah,
out she's a witch,
yeah, which
which
is
is what
kind of
she had
like,
experienced up until that point.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we're people. People
Yeah.
want social interactions, you know. I did enjoy the fact that it starts off with Mika being a witch on YouTube.
Yes. That's what original when I think I listened to, how they give you a preview.
Hmm.
And I think that was in the preview. And I was like, okay, this will be a fun book. It was at the beginning. But
Oh,
for me, it started out with a good premise, and then it just I thought they would go further with that. And then it just turned into like a story I've read before. It seemed so familiar. Yeah. And so would I recommend it to somebody? Yes, if you want a cozy little read that's cute, a Hallmark movie, maybe.
and absolutely the Hallmark movie. It
It's a
totally would
Hallmark
actually be
movie.
a great it would be a great film. It's one of those
Yes.
feel
It's more
good.
visual,
Oh,
very
yeah.
visual.
I watched a Hallmark movie not too long ago. So same trope, go visit the house, there's issues, so they end up trapped in a snowstorm and you're in this hotel and there's only one room available and you're with your person you haven't met in 30 years, but you used to love each other, blah blah blah. And then it kind of goes down the primrose path and I like it. It turned out fine, but I think there's a reason why those aren't hits. And there's a reason why
Yes.
people keep reading Harry Potter series because
Oh,
there's conflict, there's adventure, there's a whole there's kids being mistreated and kids should not be involved in war, but you're in
right.
a war environment. They're in a war. You can't avoid it. And what do you do? And you have magic,
And
you
the
know?
world that she created just is so deep with layers and
Mhm.
layers of
I
depth.
still read Harry Potter fan fiction. 20 years later, I'm still reading everybody's interpretation of what should have happened because nobody really loves the way it happened. We all want it to be different.
Right. I was thinking of pulling those out and reading them through the holidays.
Well,
I
somebody
have,
was saying that they read them every year. I think Jorgelina was saying that she reads the Harry Potter series every single year. I'm pretty sure she was the one who said that. And I'm like, I should reread them
there's
again.
still stuff I don't remember because it's such a vast
My
series.
My twin has only watched the movies. She has
Oh,
never read the books. I'm like, Jenny, you're missing so
so
much.
much. In fact,
So
I
I'm like,
feel like if you only watch the movies, you really there's a lot of things you really don't understand. Anyway, the books that we used to read when I was a teenager, I think are all banned now. All of the Judy Blume books, Flowers in the Attic,
really?
Are You There, God? It's
Wait a
Me,
minute.
Margaret. Yeah,
Judy Blume books were banned?
yes. You can look it up. She's fought it and fought it. Yeah.
What was it her books that were so controversially were banned?
Sex and Forever, talking about your period and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Things like that.
I watched that movie. That was a good movie.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know there was one.
That movie just came out. It was a small indie film. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's it was a good book. I mean, God, it's so ridiculous. Like that gets banned? Really?
Yeah,
Mm. I'm just happy anybody reads anymore. I'll be honest.
me
My
too.
niece and nephew, they don't really read,
Um,
you know.
yeah, it gets the creative juices flowing when you're reading because you're creating the world the way you see it in your head,
Hmm.
depending on how descriptive the author is. Now, if you're reading Stephen King, there's no chance for that because he's so descriptive.
But there is actually a huge resurgence of young adult books right now that are sci-fi fantasy involving dragons and all kinds of stuff. It's still my favorite genre to read. Um,
I
it
am
even makes
just
sense in a
now
movie.
getting back into fiction for many, many years, and starting when I was a little kid. My dad's mom, my grandmother on my father's side, had biographies all over the house. So I read biographies. I read about Eleanor Roosevelt. I read about Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, and they were such good books. And then I started reading about the Tudors. So I did a sixth grade book report on the
Oh,
Tudors.
there's
So,
nothing more interesting than that type of biography. The
oh my God,
royals,
it's wild. Just wild.
you can't make up that stuff. And that's the stuff that got published.
Yeah. Stuff that they have accounts on. And I follow Claire Ridgway on YouTube. She studies mostly Anne Boleyn, and uh, that she's written many books on the Tudors. So,
I actually just picked up a new audiobook because after that audiobook played, they said, "Hey, about this," and I just said, "Okay, I don't like that one. I don't like that one." And then this one came up, and it's called "The Wren in the Holly Library,"
Ooh,
and it's by K.A. Lindy. So I'm like, okay, interesting. Let's see what this goes
Ren
with.
in the Holly
Um,
Library.
"The Wren in the Holly Library." It's about a kind of disaster, kind of like one of the world has ended type of things. Not ended, but you know how dystopian, little dystopian. Like a
Right.
whole foundation of society breaks and we rebuild it again. It is science fiction. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I just picked it up. I said, okay, I'll start that tomorrow. And then I have a ton of books. It's just, ooh, I think I have a book. And I've had some books in here that I'm like, why did I buy that? I bought it because it was 40 hours of just entertainment for one credit.
Yes. Do y'all realize her hat lights up? It's lit up. Is it
Let
lit
me light
up?
it up again. It, I have to press it and then it does it. Yes, I am the sorcerer's apprentice right now. I am a giant mouse.
I have joined the Stanley game because of a sweet friend got me one for my birthday. It's a
Barbie!
Barbie.
My twin was at the Target today, and she's apparently Stanley Cup and Elf Cosmetics have a collaboration. And she sent me photos and she said, um, oh my gosh, I have so many of the Star Trek Next Generation books.
I haven't read
I
them. Are they
want them.
good?
I love them. If you like the plots of Star Trek, the Next
I
Generation books,
loved
I would
Deep
read them.
Space
I
Nine.
have like 20 or 30 of them. They were fantastic. And they're so much better than the episodes because it's a book. It's like a really long book. Lots of details. Loved it. Yep, the ears because they're black right here. Hard to see because I
Yeah,
turned it spooky.
we've got our lights turned down tonight, if you haven't
Yeah, because I
noticed.
wanted to show off the sparkly um Sorcerer's Apprentice. My friend got me this at Mickey's. Yeah, I've read the Star Trek books. I've read Dungeon and Dragon books. Like these, before there was fan fiction on the internet, people would actually write books in fandoms, and they were published, and they still are. You can still get Dragons and Dungeon and Dragons books, and you can get stuff. Graphic novels are still popular. You can get a whole bunch of Naruto. There are tons and tons of literature and things to read out there. You just have to find what you like. And the problem is, like, when you grew up and there was biographies everywhere, I grew up with either biographies, reference books, or like Reader's Digest condensed books, and they're
Oh, I
all
used to
very,
love Reader's
Mhm.
Digest, the magazine. I used to read it when I was a kid.
I
You
still have the
know,
magazine, and my husband keeps telling me, you need to cancel the subscription. I'm like, I know, because it's nostalgia. I'm not
it
really reading. I used to
is.
read them cover to cover, and now I don't read them anymore, you know?
The oh, I can't remember the titles now because I'm so old and it was so long ago, but like This Life in the Military, or I don't know, all of the little
Oh,
fun parts in the Reader's Digest.
I
Oh, I
used
used to love it.
to Harlequin romance books, the book of the month or whatever. So you send you 5 books and it's a romance serial or whatever. The amount of authors that cut their teeth in a Harlequin romance
Oh,
is quite a
really?
lot. So yeah, the romance category actually drives the book sell. It's not. So I had a friend, or I met a friend. I used to go to all the bookstores, and this guy he retired and opened up a used bookstore, and he said, "Yeah, I wanted to do this. I wanted to retire. I wanted to open a bookstore because I wanted to share the things I love the most." And what I realized is what really drives this industry is the books I don't read, which are romance.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would commonly go in there and I would pick up books that I didn't realize were from his collection that he was moving along. So we got talking about that because I was always picking up the sci-fi books and all of all those books, and he was like, "Oh, this is a great book," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah," and then, you know, yeah, I love books. Did you see me, Winnie?
What? What's that?
I don't know. Christiana says we had well behaved. We had Harlequin romance novels around the house. I did too. My mom read them. I even had a subscription. I read a bunch. This is why the books, book we have right now, the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, is so predictable because it does follow that kind of Harlequin romance novel type of happy. And I don't want a sad ending. I want a happy ending. I want the people to get together.
Right.
I never want a book. I don't watch a movie where the dog dies. I'm not reading a book where the dog dies. I was ever so frustrated as a young person when we watched Old Yeller and no one told me the dog dies, okay? So I don't do well. Oh, hey! We have a Winnie! Yeah, girl! Creep
you guys see
show!
me?
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, you
We
do?
see you.
Oh, yeah.
Now we see
Hey.
you.
I
Hey,
did.
Creep
You
Show.
guys- You said read, and I brought it, and I started cleaning it, but you guys couldn't hear me.
Oh, cool.
Oh no, she has to add you in. So
I
she didn't
did.
see you in the little box. We have a Winnie.
Hello?
Well, Craig,
Hey, love the Creep Show
just you
shirt.
can come in too, Craig, sir. We can always have more. You have the link.
So, how's that coming along, dear?
Hey, should I use this? I've been using this. That's not right, right?
I think that'll
I
work.
think
But
that, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
And this
I
brush,
actually,
and this horsehair brush.
yeah.
how do you like the feel of it?
Oh, it feels good. It's good leather.
Yes.
But you know what? I think the dark parts went away after it dried. Okay, never mind. Looks good.
Oh, yes. I just love the interior of that bag.
Looking good. I love fanfic. You know that 50 Shades is fanfic of
Yeah, it was
Twilight, right?
Twilight. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've read so much.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the thing. Gentlemen watch certain adult entertainment. Women, we read it.
No, I watch too. I watch a lot of porn.
And admit it.
I love porn. I've always been a porn lover. Is that bad?
No,
No.
I love reading it. I'm a literature reader, so I read all of it,
I
so
love
but
it.
that's why I think some of the mainstream romances are so tame and like, well, that's not how life works. That's not really what's happening, but that's okay. Because that's what
Yeah,
you
and
think this is how this goes.
sometimes you need some juices flowing, you know?
Yeah.
There's a reason why romance books are so popular. And there's levels of romance books within the Harlequin series and romances. And there's actually even Christian romance novels. I mean, there's something for everybody somewhere.
Yes, yes.
No, I like to see the you know what's.
The big
So
black
you're not
bars.
reading the magazine. You're not reading the magazine for the articles, right?
No. No. I like a lot of smut. I like to read smut. I like to see it. I like to
What
be
is
it. I
that,
like to live it. I love it.
Literotica, where
Yeah.
people can go on and upload their own dirty stories. That's
Yeah.
fun sometimes too.
Hey, our
Delicious.
book took a different turn.
Yes, it did. Enter
It's a
Creep
different type of
Show.
book. But do you know that when Oprah did her book club way back in the dark ages, the criticism her book club used to get was it was always something very historical or very no romance.
I read a
no
lot of
smut.
those. I read a lot of
Yeah.
those books. Toni Morrison. I love Toni Morrison. The Bluest Eye. I read that. I read Icy Sparks. That was such a good book.
It's a Cambridge Satchel Company Wicked collab in your hand.
What? Can you see me down here? Can you all
Yes.
see me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, I can see you clean.
Oh my
You need to get
God.
the camera a little higher.
What up, bitches?
What?
Hey.
You can still see all of me.
Spoilers.
Give me a tight shot, will you?
Welcome,
Oh, that's
Craig.
funny.
Yeah.
You're
What's
like, I
up?
love this.
Oh, sir,
Oh,
it's
you
good to
finally
see your
have that
face.
sweater on. I love that sweater. That's from her friend who has sweaters. I forgot the name of the company again.
I was trying to figure out if I had the right eyes on or not. I can see you now. Y'all
Oh,
look
cool.
pretty.
Oh,
So do you,
thanks.
babe. Can you see me? I can't see nobody. What am I looking at?
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you from the waist up.
From the
Yeah.
waist? You can see my
Yeah,
fat
we can
rolls?
see we can see the perfume shelves all the way up.
Oh, we can see the perfume shelves tonight.
Yeah, normally we don't. Normally it's right at the Fendi level, but because of the way this is, we got you from the perfume shelf up. Yeah. Hi, Craig. Baby, look at that cute baby.
Aw.
Why
Oh,
is she always
Little
eat,
Marilyn.
puppy
guys? She can
love.
just eat. She's a pug. She will eat, and then 5 seconds later, she's like, "Are you gonna feed me something else?" She's
She's part
full
pug. She
on
has to be
pug
part pug.
appetite, girl.
Oh my.
I love you. I love you. I do love you.
Oh.
We just go. I know. She won't look at you guys. I don't know what her deal is. I do love you. Okay. She's like,
She
let
said
me go.
She said, I'm not camera ready, woman.
Apparently I'm not either. I'm all like blah blah. I can't. What?
This hanging here was what I decided to get as my birthday bag this year.
Let me
And
see.
I decided to get it new.
Yeah, I remember.
I love the opening.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
It looks
that
great.
bag opening is a game changer. It's so much better than the classic satchel because the classic satchel has a straight zipper with
Yes.
the connected end. Where that, because it curves, it doesn't eat your hand.
Right. And I used to have a classic satchel years and years ago, but not in Florentine. I have never had a Florentine bag. And so that was on my list, was to get one. And I liked the way the satchel looks, but I don't care for that opening because I've had it,
Well, the
before, and I know.
satchel, the thing about the classic satchel is the large one is the easiest one to carry, but it's the heaviest.
Yeah.
That's actually the most easy to get in and out of. As soon as it gets smaller than the large, it's actually kind of, when you go in and out of it, the zipper kind of claws your hand a bit. It's not annoying other than to me. I think it's
Right.
It's
just
like
hanging on
the Givenchy Antigona, that zipper will eat your hand off.
No, it will eat you, girl.
That bag looks so stiff to me. I think it's gorgeous, but too stiff.
The Antigona?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is stiff. I sold mine. I sell everything. Y'all know that.
I like a lot of things stiff, but not a bag.
Exactly.
I love everything stiff, even bags. I don't care.
Oh shit!
This is the male satchel, MAIL, male.
Oh, not the male.
Yeah, so it has a big opening, and it stays open. If you want it open.
She's got a big opening. I know she does, girl.
She is loose and ready to party.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You took that warning down too soon, my love. You should have left it up one more time.
Oh,
what
we are
song
not
is
for
this?
children.
Is this on Jolie's channel or is this on Jack's?
No, it's on Jolie's channel.
Oh, okay.
She has warnings on all of them. We know everybody who comes here. We know.
She didn't have the warning tonight. That's why I said that.
No, I skipped the warning, but you know what? I can go back and add it.
When I saw that you took it off, I was like, oh, so I'm not going to be there. That's just for me.
No.
Oh, this looks good. This looks good, guys.
That's not true, Greg. But
hey, Maria.
It is kind of true.
Hey,
You're
like
right.
Christiana said, what are our thoughts on the Pandora by Givenchy bag? I love the Pandora bag. I would like that to come back.
I don't like it.
Have you
Hmm.
used? Okay, I haven't used it. I like the way it looks. I've never used it. So in life, is it not really usable?
Functionally, it is not a good bag because of the
Okay.
it looks good, but the way it functions, it doesn't. It's not a good bag, in
That's
my
what I worry
opinion.
about. Mhm.
Well, Winnie, what do you think now that you've held it and you rubbed it and you've touched it and
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's
New
pretty
favorite read book.
good.
Yeah.
I might put a sparkly
Oh, the
apple
apple.
on
oh,
there.
that's pretty.
I
I'm
want
gonna have to make
Maria.
Jackie one of these. Jackie, you want one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I
Okay.
love
ma'am.
it. I love it.
I love these
Maria,
little ones. You can find these all day long for like $20.
Cool.
I can't see
Yeah.
nothing. What has she got?
The little apple that's
She
Coach apple that
dazzled.
you put
Oh,
all
You
the
be
cookies
dazzled it,
on.
right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
yeah. I
love
Yeah.
put the
that.
Yeah.
little I think it might be a tomato. Look. Do you ever see an apple like that? That don't make no sense, does
it's
it?
got some sort of weird opening down there.
Right? Just
It
like a
resembles.
Mhm. But I knew Jackie would like this. I know she likes bedazzled things.
Oh, yes.
I
I do
do. I want to
too.
actually do it. I just said, Jackie, you cannot do another hobby.
Yes.
I I did. I put everything in my cart to buy all the stuff, and then I took it out. I'm like, nope, Jackie, James will get mad if I do another hobby.
It's finishing the project for me. Finishing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
I
James might
have
entire
a
be.
basket.
lot of unfinished projects going on right
Yeah.
now, as you all know, because I send you pictures. Oh, dear
Well, that
God.
one, you were really banging it out, man. You were really going to it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I got to get that done. I'm almost done with one side.
Oh my God, you're doing good.
Oh, coffee. That sounds so good, Craig.
It really is.
You live with coffee. Mhm. I tried this new coffee shop that's here. Well, not new, but it's new to me. It's called Summer Moon Coffee, and their claim is a oak roasted coffee, and I don't love it. Have you ever tried an oak roasted coffee?
Can't say that I
No.
have.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
maybe it's just this local Texas place, but I'm like, it's okay. But there's always people going through the drive-through, so I guess a lot of people like it. I'm like, not sure if I like this flavor.
Oak
Like,
roasted. Hmm.
I know it's like okay with bourbon, that's like wood barrels. I get it, you know. With whiskeys, I get the smokiness and stuff. And even with some tea, there's smokiness. But the coffee, I wasn't a huge fan of it. But oh well.
Smoky coffee. Hmm.
And they have something they call it moon milk. It's summer moon coffee, and they use moon milk. It's some like what is moon milk? So moon
Oh,
milk
I'll
is
tell you. I'll
I
tell
don't know
you
what
what
it is, but I like the sound of it.
I don't
Yeah.
know though. It sounds like it might be
there's
breast
sweet
milk too.
cream,
Oh,
milk half and half. You know,
Isn't all milk breast milk? Oh, no, nut milks. There's nut milks.
Yeah.
well, it is. I mean, that's exactly what the cow has it for. I
But why do we
mean,
drink cow's milk when you're really only supposed to drink your own, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. You're speaking my language now. Nut milk. I know what that is.
I love a good nut milk. I like oat milk.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I was thinking cashews and almonds, and then it just turned me like that. I mean, okay,
I love a good nut milk.
Me too. Shit. Shoot.
Jackie, have you seen one of these yet though?
I haven't seen one in person, but James Jam bought one of the bags, so I haven't seen that. That's so cute.
She bought me
love it.
this.
Oh my God, she's so sweet.
I know
Happy
she's the
birthday.
best.
She is.
Yeah,
Look at it.
I
You
thought
know
it
I
was-
love
I
pink
think
and
it's
green.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's the Wicked collab with Cambridge
Yeah.
Satchel Company, and then another company just did another Wicked collab. Like apparently Wicked's all over the place right now. It's
Yeah,
like
Vera Bradley
okay.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That one looks cute.
She
Oh
sent
my
me these.
God.
I don't know if this came with it, but look at this little pink and green ducks.
Aw.
Isn't that the cutest thing?
Cute.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Oh, you're gonna love this, Jackie. Oh my God! Can you guys see my butt?
No.
Yes, we can. Woohoo!
Oh, yay! That's what I was going for. Look at this. She gave me this
Oh,
thing too.
Glenda! She sent
Oh
you
my
Glenda!
Oh,
gosh,
that's
that's so
cute.
cute.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
3 tiers or 3 layers.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
That's
nice.
from the
pretty.
Cambridge Chancel. Yeah.
I know. Man, oh man. I gotta do something nice for her. You know what?
Winnie,
Send her those shoes.
are you gonna?
Oh,
That's so cute.
I have been watching her book club or talk about books, and I'm gonna have to try a few that she suggested.
She reads a lot of books.
Yeah,
I like
she does.
sci-fi. I like biographies like you. I love a good biography.
So do I. Oh God, I love biographies.
I read the Mackenzie Phillips. I read the Oprah. I read the Tom Cruise. I read the Marsha Brady one.
Oh wow.
I
Have y'all
read the
read,
Nikki Six.
Have you read the Demi Moore one?
Not yet. That just dropped this year, right? That sounds good. I want to get that. Yeah.
I
I
would
think it
like
was.
to
I
read
think it
that,
was
but-
last year, but yeah, it's really good. I've read it
I
3
gotta
times.
get that. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love a like when they don't collab with the creator on it, because it
Oh,
becomes
better
more
that way.
salacious. Then, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
Do you
But
that.
you
know
know,
there's a book? Go ahead.
another really good one is, and I know a lot of people hate her, but Jessica Simpson's book, Open Book, it's really, really good. I think I've read it like 10
I
times.
think I started that, and that was somebody else's, and I gave it back to him. But I read the Rosie O'Donnell. That's been a
Ew,
while
that-
ago.
That sounds interesting. I know I read
was
Ellen
pretty good.
DeGeneres.
I think
Accidentally
she was
left
still
that
with
one
her
in an
wife.
airport.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh, I read
and
the.
Steve Martin. I read Steve Martin's
Okay, yeah,
autobiography.
that looks good too. I love Steve Martin. I think he
I do.
used
I
to
adore
be
him.
totally sexy
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day, right? Just
Yeah.
comedy is funny to me, is sexy to me, but yeah, fun and sexy. But
Can I tell you one to stay away from?
Yeah.
I love this actor, but his book is very preachy, and I don't think he wrote it. I don't care what he says. Will Smith, that book is shit.
Oh, God. I used to watch his wife's cable talk,
Shit.
and their whole family is odd. Like they're
Very strange.
very,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, when he did what he did, though, because I don't think anybody deserves. Because I've done comedy on stage, and if somebody came up and smacked the crap out of me, of course I wouldn't do what they do. But I would totally be devastated. Like that
Yes.
is the dumbest thing I've I don't care if you're defending someone, but you don't have the right to come on somebody else's stage if you're not invited.
No, you don't. But he
Right.
had Chris Rock handled that like a pro.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
Didn't throw any punches. He just stood right back up, and he was like, "Wow,"
He
and
was
then made a
just-
joke out of it.
He was like, "Damn."
It changed my opinion of Will Smith. Not that I was a huge Will Smith fan, but it made me think, like, what, bud? You are really going to need some help right now. You need medicine. You can't do
And you
that.
know, it made me
Yeah.
think differently of him
He
too.
does.
Until more and more stuff kept coming out about him and his wife and their family, and I'm like, he's on
So
the breaking
weird.
point. That's what that was. He was
Yeah.
on the breaking point.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's a lot. But I've heard they had an open type
Marriage.
situation anyway. And he, I don't know if it's true, but you know, he's being dragged into all the Diddy stuff. So I'm
Oh.
not sure.
Well, is
They
it?
say that
Oh
he-
no.
Yeah,
Oh.
Big Willie was hitting some of that Diddy.
Yeah, it was. I can't
Oh,
remember the
geez.
guy's name, but there was a producer that he was supposedly with, like for a long time, but never publicized. But I don't know. I mean, that's allegedly. Let's say allegedly. We don't know.
Right.
Well, just I'll let me have my dreams.
Right? Yeah. I
All
mean,
of
I
these
totally think
stories
that
are
he
so
is family.
scary.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
talking
think
to-
about the victims. Geez.
Oh yeah, I've talked
Oh
to
yeah,
Kate about this. It's
Not
like,
the Diddy thing. I want to
No.
think about the Willie thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me have
Yes.
my
But
thoughts.
you have to separate if it's two consenting adults, whoever they are. Okay.
Yeah.
But but what is, and now I applaud a lot of the actors and actresses who've said, okay, back in the 90s, they've said, no, they've tried to live a hetero life because that's what they thought would help them out
Yes.
with their career. But now more and more have said, I've been with the same man or the same woman for 35 years. Here's my spouse. And I
Right.
applaud them because by saying that, they're saying, and it's okay. It's
It
fine.
Yes.
normalizes it for the next generation.
Sure.
Yes.
And so when they were hiding, that was terrible. I feel like for the movement and for people to progress, and it keeps people's negativity and stereotypes and whatever they bring, to keep. Oh, no, that belongs in the 50s, not. It
Yeah.
doesn't belong in the 50s either, but I'm saying that had its moment. We now, everything festers in the dark. So when you shine light upon things, then it
Yes.
becomes, it's always been
The
okay.
mold
Yeah,
ceases to grow in the light.
that's
And it's
right.
just like,
And let's
Yeah.
be real. There's no darkness you can find on this planet anymore.
no,
No,
we
But
are on fire with light.
Jaden, Will's son Jaden, has come out and verbally said, like physically said, that
yeah.
his dad basically gave him to P Diddy for so long.
So see, and that's so
Ouch.
there's where we get into the whole, like, if it's not a consenting, even if it is someone under the age of 18 and they're saying yes, no, sorry,
That's
wait.
vile. That's just
That is
vile.
that's a horrible thing. And to
Yeah,
dangle a carrot and say, well, I'll make you famous is the worst kind of person. Like,
it is. It is.
or paying someone, like, I'll give you a bunch of, like, dude, don't do that. That's sick.
And
It's
not to say that
disgusting.
it's right, but that's been Hollywood for the past 50, 60 years.
Sure.
That's what
Yes.
it's built on.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Now
I read
it's
Male.
that guy's autobiography too. The one that was he worked at a gas station, but it fronted for. There's been movies and series about it. But the little
oh
gas
yes.
station guy,
Yes.
I read his book
Yes.
too. It was amazing, totally fantastic. But he sort of, they interviewed him. He did a documentary before he died, and he just said, "So what?" He literally said, like, "Dick, the P word. I don't care." He's like, everybody wants to do it. And I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
But,
those
you know,
of you
he
who don't know
you
what
guys-
he's talking about, this guy ran a male prostitution ring out of a
Yeah.
gas station.
Out of a gas station, and it was mostly all Hollywood elite producers
Yes.
and actors who called up on him, and he was openly involved with Rock Hudson, like, to a degree of, they were really, a couple, like a power couple or whatever it could have been. But this
Yeah.
guy never wanted fame or anything. He just, he's like, I got out of the Army or the Navy and I wanted to make money, and this guy pulled up and said, "Hey, I'll give you whatever." And he said, "I could have never lived that life." But he also did get with a lot of the women too. And he set women up, some of the closeted, more lesbian actresses in that day. He claims, in his book, he claimed that, not sure, Greta Garbo, we've all heard that.
Yeah.
But Hepburn,
Catherine.
yeah.
Well, she's
Yeah.
famous for saying that if she, the only way that a marriage works out is if you have separate houses.
Yeah, and she was supposedly the lover of Spencer Tracy,
Tracy, yes.
who he also said that he had a lot of affairs with, but that he would be the only way that Spencer Tracy would have an affair or have sex with him was because he was blind drunk, and he justified it that way. And he said in the morning when he would wake up, he would be like, "What are you doing here?" But totally knowing. But then he would just be like, "Oh no, I was drunk. That didn't happen." Like it
Right.
when I was drunk.
Well,
That's not a thing.
Spencer Tracy was a good cover for Kate. You know what
Yes, yeah. So they both helped each other out. But he claimed he bought prostitutes for just all of, like, a lot of Hollywood. The guy Anthony Perkins, who did
Yeah,
Psycho,
Yeah.
You know what's weird about his situation is he had a really nice affair with one of the best looking actors ever in all of the world, and he just died a couple of years ago in his 80s. You know, I read his autobiography too, The Blonde. You know what I'm talking about? He was supposedly with Natalie Wood. He was always gay.
Oh,
What was his
who was
name?
with Natalie Wood?
I can see his face.
I
Blonde,
can't.
beautiful from the 50s and 60s. He did a lot of movies, some of them good, some of them really bad, but just a gorgeous guy.
Chris? No.
It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, yeah, he just was out and about with Anthony Perkins, and then they had an affair, and then they sort of like lived together for a while. And then all of a sudden he married a woman and had kids with her later in his life, and then died with small younger children, which was a total like weird thing. But they had Hollywood would do this thing where they would pair up two upcoming actors and actresses, and he was also with an actor and actress, and they double dated, and they were each other's beard, which was a lot of. But I read his autobiography, and it was really, really good. And I just thought he was to this day, he's just the epitome.
It says Tab Hunter.
Tab Hunter, that's it.
Okay.
The best looking man that ever came out of Hollywood ever. And he ended up living with a guy who fronted as his personal assistant. You know, they did that a lot, right? And for 30 something years, he was married. So, yeah. Beautiful. He was so beautiful. Just the most
Well, the
beautiful
only
thing.
difference between then and now is that now everything's recorded.
Yeah.
Your private life is not private.
You
And that's
can't
what's
get away
really-
with nothing now.
That's what's happening with this whole thing with Diddy, is that he recorded a lot, apparently, allegedly, appearing to everybody else. Stuff has been documented.
To his own detriment, though. He did that thinking he was smart and he could get something over. But now that has come to sink his ship, really. So who else will be on those?
Quite a few ships lately.
Yeah, it will. And that
Oh,
shouldn't
y'all.
be. Yeah.
Here's some modern day Hollywood tea that I read today.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the J-Lo Ben Affleck divorce that's going on, right?
Yes.
Are they
Okay.
for real getting the divorce now? That's sad.
Yeah, they are. So he's been fighting the she wants to just get a divorce and be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're both rich as hell. What do you want, right?
Right.
But they own a production company
Ooh.
together
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
produced her
That horrible movie.
that horrible movie that she made about $150 million off of.
I
Yeah, that
watched
one.
that movie. It wasn't bad to me, but people did not love it.
Which one are you talking about? The Netflix one or her music video
Her music-
movie?
Her doing the documentary behind the
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
well-
pretty good.
Amazon bought that from her, and she made about $150 million off
Oh,
of it.
wow.
Yeah, because everybody they made fun of her for talking about going to the Bronx and having a ham roll and an orange drink, and everybody's like, "That's not for real."
Well, the thing is they own that production company together.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wants a big chunk of the money that they made from what she did through that production company while they were married, right? California, equity, yada, yada.
It's one of the big community property states. Yeah.
Let me tell you what old bitch pulled out yesterday on him, though. This is why she filed for divorce, supposedly. She has on video in her house him having relations with multiple men when she was in another country working.
Okay. Oh, I mean, okay, yeah.
So what I read today is that divorce should be finalized about next Thursday. Here's one thing.
Wow.
You can either love Jennifer Lopez or you hate her, but that bitch is smart. She's like her and Kim Kardashian. You can't fake being that smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Love
can't
'em or
make
hate
that
'em.
kind of money and be famous for as long as they have without knowing
Yes.
what you're doing.
Yes.
So we're
So she-
saying, are we saying that Ben Affleck is fluid then? I guess he's fluid because he's always with a girl. Maybe he just as soon be with the man.
I
And
mean, it
what's
was
wrong with that?
maybe he just looked up and said, "You know what? It's Wednesday. Let's do this instead."
Yeah.
Marilla is asking, is J-Lo still with Coach? I don't think that woman, although she's in the ads, she's in the. I've never seen her carry a bag, not a Birkin.
Right.
It
She
ended.
always has a Birkin.
Her contract ended in March.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't see J-Lo carrying a Coach nothing.
No.
Not unless she's getting paid by the minute.
I wonder if, and too, I also, because Bill and I discussed this when we watched those Jaguar. If you ever really want to see salaciousness about the whole Diddy and then everybody else that she talks about, Jaguar Wright is the lady's name. If you want to Google that on or search it out on YouTube, she has tons of videos and she's known from day one all this happening because she was on the inner part of the circle, right? But I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if part of them are closeted or it's a power thing for them.
I just suspect everybody. It is the arts, people.
Yeah, right. And but that's fine.
And it's none of our business. And it's just like when it comes out, it's so salacious. Is it really that big of a deal?
It's not. It's no big deal at all. But what makes it a big deal is that you hit it and that you are marrying women constantly, right?
Exactly.
And so that doesn't normalize
I have to tell
anything.
you, if you did not know this, my first husband, I was married for 14 years. He now lives with his husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. But were there signs of it? Were you like, I kind of know, but then I kind of don't know?
Yeah, well, aren't there always some sort of signs?
Yeah. I don't know. I would think so. Yeah. I would think so. Yeah.
Here's the thing with the always being with women and all that. You know that saying, me thinks he protests too much?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It becomes a point where if it looks like it's a show, it's probably a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we met in the Air Force and then he became a Marine and then he became a cop.
Yeah. So, okay. he you know, he was like in the Navy.
Girl, I was sitting here thinking the same damn thing.
It's like YMCA. Woo, woo, woo. Yes. He was like, I'm gonna go where the boys are. And that's
taking
fine.
us way back.
It is fine, guys. It is fine. But yeah.
Not if you're marrying and having children with.
Well, no, because yeah, I get that, Jolie. I mean, that would be, it's devastating because I get that men should be able to have children no matter what. Who cares?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's fine, but you drag someone into having a child and marrying you under the pretense that you were going to love and be with them forever, and then you had never had that. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all a story. You ready for a story time? It's gonna be nasty.
Oh God, yeah.
No, I'm
nasty.
kidding. Anyway.
Hold on. Okay.
So I dated this guy back early 2000s, right?
Okay.
And I thought he looked familiar, but you know what I mean? Because you see people and you're like, he looks familiar, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I dated him anyway. I got into his wallet one day because, you know, as one does, you want to find out things.
Yeah.
And he was married to one of my mother's best friends. Had 9 kids, y'all.
Oh.
You know what I said to him? You ain't too damn gay, are you? 9 kids.
Wow.
With the same woman?
Yeah. So guess what Craig did?
Uh-oh.
I went and told her.
Yeah, I mean, well, she should know.
She said,
He didn't have the balls to tell her, right?
Well, no.
Yeah.
She said, there's no way you're making that up. I was like, he got a birthmark. They were divorced very shortly thereafter.
Oh.
I mean,
And And I got a lot of crap for that because I ruined a marriage. No, 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 baby. You got it twisted. I saved that woman
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
because
How does he live his life now?
he
Wonderful.
lives in a whole like I think he's in California now and he's married to some guy.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, there's a
But
happy ending for him.
she's never spoken to him again since they got a divorce. None of his children will have anything to do with him. That's the point. You were so consumed with making your life as easy as possible that you ruined everybody else's life on the way.
Thank you. That's what happened with my daughter and my husband. Once he decided to come out, he's kind of just disowned us and disappeared. And she was a
It's
daddy's girl, and it absolutely destroyed her.
it's cowardice. I lost I lost my home at 13 years old, and because I've always been very honest about who I am.
Yeah.
But you, as a coward, have ruined not just your life, but
Yeah.
10 other people's lives in the process.
Yes. That's just
My
sad.
eldest sister,
Yes.
of all of us, she was married, and then they met in the Air Force. She was a doctor, she was a nurse, and they left the Air Force. They got married. They had 3 children. She's cleaning up the house. It's been many years now. She finds a book behind some other books in the library that says how to be gay in a straight relationship or some such nonsense. She confronts her husband. Next thing I know, it is a very ugly divorce. Yeah. And he's married. I think he's married now. But luckily the kids did see their dad still. It wasn't a complete like he just left. But yeah, it happens. It's just
It does. Yeah.
like there's 4 of us here. And this happened to 3 people that we know. And
Yeah.
one of them is Jolie.
I kissed a
Oh,
lot of
so
frogs, so I'd say some of them were
yeah.
were gay. I don't care.
I think I would rather them be free, people to be free and not have the society condemn them for being who
Yeah.
they are, and then just like, hey, if you love a guy, love a guy, love a girl, I don't care,
Yeah.
have
I will
kids,
tell
you
you,
know?
my gay
I don't know.
BFFs were the best kissers, though. Just saying. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I'm just saying.
Text me later, I'll tell you.
But yeah,
Here's something else that's
totally.
funny. Out of the 4 of us on screen, the 3 normalish ones, why have I been married more times than all y'all?
I couldn't afford a divorce, so no, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying because women usually, if you put us in a stat, right, and you're looking at us, you wouldn't think that I would be the one that's been divorced more times.
How many times have you
No.
been married?
I've been divorced
3.
once.
Three marriages. Okay. Well, you like me, you kissed a lot of frogs. I just didn't marry all of them, but I was engaged a few times.
According to the
Yeah,
demographics,
I was
probably would have
engaged a few times.
Actually, most people thought I was a lesbian when I was a teenager because
Oh
I
yeah,
just didn't.
I've gotten that my
Yeah,
whole life.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have short hair too. I
Yeah.
was raised by a single dad, so I was very masculine in all my
Yeah, me too.
behaviors and features, and they just assumed I like girls, and it's like, nope.
Yeah, I've
But
had a lot
and
of
nobody would,
propositions.
yeah, none of my nobody who knew me would think I actually got married, and I'm like the longest married person I know in my friends group. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I've had that too. I've been yelled disparaging words while I'm driving in the car. I don't know. I'm like, I'm married to a guy, but whatever. Thanks.
People are stupid.
Well, I'm bad to be yelling stuff in a car, y'all. I kind of lose my damn mind when I'm in a traffic jam. I'm sorry.
That was Craig yelling at you. That was Craig.
I'll tell you this, Louisiana, they're the nicest people you ever want to meet.
Yeah.
Mississippi and Louisiana, lovely, lovely people. Okay.
these are the states that do bless your heart with the true meaning of.
Yeah, they're the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met. Driving, no.
No.
Well, I was born and raised in Louisiana, and I'm not very sweet.
Yes,
Just
you
like
are.
Yes, you are. You come off as very sweet.
They'll talk to you because that's me. That's what everybody said when I went to New York. Like, you just don't start up, and I'm like, what? I'm like, hey girl, and they're like, well, how you doing? I was like, oh my god, hi. It was just the friendliest, nicest. I called everybody shy. Hey, shy. Apparently that's a term of endearment. So I love that. Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
How
Grace.
was your trip? How was your trip to Louisiana? Like, because you don't like traveling so much. So how was that
I don't
drive?
like that, and Bill and I don't, so we probably will never drive that far again. Just
Yeah,
just
really?
we just won't do it. So we'll just have to save our money and fly if we ever want to go back, and we do want to go back next year. But no, the driving was not. It took us a 6-hour drive from our house to where we stayed in the hotel the night we came home. The night before we came home took us almost 9 hours just because traffic was crazy from Chattanooga all the way to outside of Knoxville.
yeah.
So that's what it's just a lot of sitting in the car, a lot of whatever. But I noticed this in the South, there's a lot of pull offs and places you can go to the restroom. And I have always got to pee because of my situation with my kidneys and my bladder and stuff. In Pennsylvania, when we were with Dawn in New Jersey, not so much. That's not a thing. If you got to pee up there, you best. You best hold it or get you a cup or do something because you're not, you're not peeing.
Yeah.
I did
The
see a guy
Northeast
peeing
in
off the side
general.
of the road, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The Northeast in general, there's not much motorist convenience, and then if you're in the cities, a lot of the establishments will say no public restroom.
Yeah, they
But
will. And
fun
they
stuff.
have them. They
Well,
just won't
yeah.
let you use them. Yeah. But yeah, everybody was nice. It was very, it was just flat. It was just like here where we live, hotter. Everybody was friendly though. Same pretty much stores and stuff. I mean, it's just exactly the same, but it's just flatter than where I live. But I mean, it was pretty much. I can see why my daughter is acclimating pretty well there because it's kind of a lot like here. So, I don't know. And I say it wrong because I was saying Lafayette, but it's apparently Lafayette. I don't know.
Really? I always said Lafayette.
I
It's
did
just
too.
it's
And
just it's the enunciation. It's Lafayette.
Lafayette, yeah. And she said, "You're saying it wrong." And several people did say, "You saying it wrong, Shay." I'm like,
Well,
well,
I was born in Lafayette, Indiana, and they just
oh,
kind of truncate it to Lafayette up there.
oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I would say Lafayette again, and that's
Yeah.
not right in Indiana, yeah. So,
You'll
but
have
it
to
was
do like I did though, Winnie. Like with my family, you have to come see me this year, and I'll
yeah.
come see you next year.
Yeah, which
So
is
we
fine. We don't
rotate it
mind
out.
that. Yeah, we had bought we bought a new car, new to us. And we totally wanted to drive that car. We just bought it like a week before. So we wanted to drive that car and we did. We put some miles on our little car and that was fun to do that. We had a good time and I enjoyed that. But when we got home, Bill said, I don't think I can do it, babe. I'm not, because his eyesight and his health is not the greatest. So I'm like, well, I can't because I'm too freaked out. Like I get like that.
We've just kind of reached that age where it's just not fun anymore to go
It's
on
just
long
not. I
drives.
used to love a good road trip. Like
Me
me and my
too.
girls would get in the car and for a weekend we drive all the way, 8.5 hours to the beach and then come back, just stay there one day and come back the next. We didn't care. But now
Yeah.
you couldn't pay me like I don't want to do it. So no, I don't know if we'll be traveling by car anywhere. I want to go to Disney a lot. My daughter wants to go to Disney. My other daughter, we all want to go to Disney. But getting there, I said, well, we could drive to Charlotte if we drive out of because flying from here, you got to go straight to Atlanta, then over, right? Everything's Atlanta, then go. And I hate
Yes.
Atlanta. I hate the airport in Atlanta. It's so big. It's so crowded.
I
And
hate Charlotte.
I promise you. Well, Charlotte's not as bad to me, but it is as big. But I feel like, but I swear, I think Atlanta's where I got COVID, where we got COVID. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
not going
probably.
back to Atlanta. But I want to go to Charlotte because Charlotte's about 3 hours for 3.5, and it's a straight shot.
As long as you
just-
drive there, because 100% of the time, I have 100% of the time never, ever made a connector in Charlotte, and I end up having to stay at that airport for 8 or 10 hours waiting on the next flight. I
Oh,
hate going
yeah.
through there.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly there, but I would. We've driven out of there driven there and then flown out to Disney a couple times. So it seems to be a good connection right there, just driving there and getting a straight shot on the little frontiers and whatever.
So how far
Airlines,
is it? How far are you from Atlanta?
about 5 or 6. Yeah, right out.
So you're like what, 3.5, 4 from Nashville, right?
4, yeah, right at 4 from Nashville.
Because girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, Nashville Airport is a breeze.
Is it? Okay.
It is a breeze.
Knoxville's good too, because Knoxville's pretty small, but they're really expensive out of Knoxville, and they all got to take you right to Atlanta. So I'm like, well, might as well just save the 2
Yeah.
hours and go from here, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
that was all of our
Nashville.
flying.
Nashville Airport is literally half the size of Memphis. They're
Mhm.
both international airports, so you can go
Yeah.
anywhere you want. But that's
Yeah.
where I would recommend for your location.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind. Nashville's a nice straight shot for us. We have to get through Knoxville, which is always hell. But Nashville's a nice drive. I don't mind Nashville. Of course, Bill might feel a different way when we go, but he's gonna be like, I'm dropping what to where now?
Or you could puddle jump from Knoxville to Nashville and then from Nashville on.
Yeah, that might be a thing, but it would be hard to.
Yeah.
Because every time you track a fly, you're trying to find out, well, let me leave from here, let me leave from here. Everything goes to Atlanta, man. Everything's Atlanta.
Yes.
It's a major hub. So
It's the Delta hub for sure. I don't know who
yeah,
else they
and I
hub
like to
for.
fly Delta. I don't like United. I kind of hate them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just don't like them.
I don't like flying.
Better, anything's better than Southwest.
Oh God, yeah, Southwest. I'm not crazy. You're like steerage.
If you've ever flown Southwest, you can see the Southwest on the plane, and you can smell it. You know what I mean? It's like, God, I'm not flying that.
Yeah.
What is that blue something? Blue.
JetBlue.
JetBlue.
That was the only
JetBlue.
plane my husband left out of, I think, Sanford going north on a JetBlue, and it set down, I don't know, just a little ways north of us, hit the runway really hard, bounced off the runway. They had to do the rescue thing, come out and get them and put them on another plane and send them on their way.
You know what they call JetBlue, don't you?
Mm-mm.
JetBlue's tagline is the Greyhound of the sky.
Oh, wow.
It's literally a bus with wings.
That's right. Your husband, Jolie, he flies a lot, so he's probably got a lot of miles racked up on that. Yeah. Yeah. Does he do the hotel staying thing? The points?
He used to, but in Canada, a lot of times where he's going, there are no hotels. The closest hotel, like to him right now, is I think 3.5, 4 hours.
Let me see. Okay.
Where's he staying then?
He's staying in
a trailer,
place.
like on site?
No, he actually gets up and drives to site 3.5 hours.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
It's out in the middle of the tundra.
Well, I have friends out here in Texas where they actually go and they have a trailer put on site because it's so far remote, they're gas and oil. So they're there to guard. They're there to be security, and it's cheaper to pay to have them live out there in a trailer than it is to do anything else, because there's literally nothing out there, but you do have to protect the property. And I'm like, that's a job. It's like, I don't know if I wanted that job. Out in the, I mean, literally in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
Right on. Trailer for sale around.
Oh my God, rooms to let,
Rooms to
50
let, 50
cents.
cents.
The
Yes.
biography that I read that I really liked is Trevor Noah. Did you ever read his
Oh, I
biography?
love Trevor Noah,
I
but I haven't
love
read
that
his
biography.
That was a
autobiography.
really good book.
That's a really good book.
Excellent.
I love him.
I
Yeah.
I liked him more after reading that book than I thought I liked him before, and then I read the book. I'm like, you're awesome.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. Yeah.
He's
Let
so
me tell
smart.
you another great autobiography that most people, or biography, let's say that most people will take offense to, but I don't mean no offense. It's whether your political stance. Michelle Obama Becoming is one of the best books I have ever read in my life.
I
I
haven't
have
gotten
not
that
read
one.
that. I keep
I
thinking
didn't
about
read that.
that and I don't. Yeah.
That woman can write a book. That's all I'm gonna say.
She can turn a
Oh,
phrase
no.
too.
She can turn a phrase.
She can turn a phrase, girl. All right, well, I'm going to go to bed. It's 9:09, 9:11. 9:11? It's 9:11. You know.
You have a
Gosh, I have
good
to work
night.
tomorrow.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming
I
over.
have to go to work. Oh, God, no.
Thanks for coming
Next
over to the
Sunday
chat.
I think next Sunday is the daylight savings time moving again.
Oh, that's my favorite day of the year. It's the most wonderful day of the year. I have a song for that. It's daylight savings day. Everybody turn the clocks back. Seriously, think about
Yes.
this. You wake up at what you think is 9. It's 7:30.
Yeah. And you know what was really great? When I worked nights in trauma and we turned the
Oh.
clock back middle shift.
You got an extra hour on you, but you gained that hour back in the spring. So there you go. Yeah. But you think about it, and then you think, oh my gosh, it has to be 2. It's 11:30. The beauty of the time change. If they stop doing the time change, that's it. I don't know what I'll do about it, but I'm gonna be pissed.
Either you
Well,
love or hate it.
I love it.
Yeah. One day maybe we'll quit. Where I'm from, up in Indiana, where I was born, there's a time zone that runs like right through it.
Yeah.
So that's so
Yeah.
confusing.
It's like this, my Indiana, my Indiana, my Indiana, we're all for you.
Whatever.
My Indiana, my Indiana, my Indiana, go, IU.
Well, great. I grew up in, I consider myself growing up in Florida because I was 8 when we moved down. So
Never mind that then. Yeah, all for nothing. Sorry. Bye, you guys. Love you.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
See ya. Good night,
I'm
Craig.
still here, but are we leaving? We're all going bye bye.
We don't have to.
I just needed a break. You know, I got bad habits.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, my bad habits are shopping. I did fall off. Okay, wait a minute. Is that true? Okay. I might have bought a bag today.
Oh. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. So it's through a friend on Facebook. I'm already buying a bag for her anyway. So it's not like I went and bought a bag and it wasn't a Goodwill, it wasn't nothing. It's one of those bags I have been wanting to buy for a long time. I've been wanting it in the blue color, the sports blue specifically, but I realized that is a unicorn color I will never get. That blue Coach made, I swear, Fin blue and sports blue, if they would just come out with those colors again, they'd sell. So I'm getting a Bandit shoulder bag in like pine forest green. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. I like the
She
Bandit.
has it. Yeah, and it's the large version, not the small one. I had the crossbody. Crossbody's too small. But I wanted the Bandit. And I realized looking at the Bandit, I'm like, this looks like the Hermes Constance. It's the way they have the hardware on it. Not so much the Bandit is more of a east-west, and the Constance is a more of a box, but it still has that top type of hardware. But Michael Kors has that same hardware too. So I'm like, okay, this is a very popular style, where you kind of thread the leather belt on the exterior with those two loops. And I'm like,
Yes,
okay.
I love it. So
But she was
what's the
really
problem
cool.
with the crossbody? How small is it? How small
Oh,
is it?
I can go get it. I have it. Let me go get it in the other
Because
room.
I've
I'll
been
be right
wanting
back.
one of those. Of course, they don't sell them anymore.
Of course not. It was popular. Everybody loved it.
That seems to be the way their thinking goes. Oh,
You
people
can't
like
really.
it. Let's not make it anymore.
You can't explain Coach's business model. They're like, oh
No.
wait, we sold 100 million copies of that. Cancel it. What? Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting.
That's the way it looks from the outside. You know what I mean?
Sure
It's
does.
like,
Yeah, I go back to get a bag later because I'm not going to just keep buying like bag to buy a bag. But I'll go back and go, oh yeah, that was a bag that I wanted a while ago. You go back, not there anymore. Whatever.
hey Jackie, you remember? Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Remember what I was telling you about you freezing for like seconds at a time? It's even happening tonight. So yeah, it's still it's a situation.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not
I'll get that
freezing to
fixed.
me.
Well, she did. If you'll watch, she just kind of freeze frames at certain points.
She has like a low frame rate or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I love that bag.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So let me show you the dimensions on it, though.
And had they had made it a little bit bigger, I would have gotten one.
Yeah, they do have, and then they do have the larger version, which is what I'm getting, but they didn't have it in this color. So this is the 7-inch, 7 inches. It's very small.
Yeah, the bigger one's 9.73, isn't it, or 9.75, something like that.
And this is I forgot the name of this one, but this is a little bit longer, and this one's better. I forgot the name of this.
That's a studio, isn't it?
This is 8. I don't know. Let me see. There should be the.
It's a studio. I think
the-
that's a studio clip anyway.
It's the mini studio.
Girl, by what I
mini-
said.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the studio, and this is the crossbody
I
bandit.
still want that crossbody. I'm hoping I'll find one.
It's just so tiny. Like when you put stuff in here.
Does your phone fit in it?
I have liquid IV in there.
You know the bigger size of that bag, the strap's shorter, right?
Yeah, it's really a shoulder bag.
Yeah. Okay.
But even this is a crossbody, so it barely fits my phone. So the biggest iPhone would not fit in here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the 22 S something from Samsung Galaxy. So, but yeah, it fits my phone. I love it. I bought this specifically for a chest bag, but I just love this. I bought
I love
everything I
it.
could in this color before I realized that Coach would release it in the outlet. But when it came to outlet, I didn't actually buy anything. I did compare the colors. The colors are exactly the same, but the finishes and the details were not. So this was still a better purchase than what I thought they put out in the outlet.
The navy's really good in that bag too.
It's just
I love the
lovely.
navy.
Sharp
but
bag.
this
So
one I love this one a lot. They don't make this one anymore.
no.
Again, Coach makes the best bags, and then they discontinue them.
I thought they were going to discontinue the Bandit. That's what I read somewhere.
I thought so too, and they're still making the Bandit, so I don't know how long it's going to be there for. But like they discontinued the Ruby, which I love.
Oh,
and
I love
think
the Ruby.
They discontinued
Don't have one,
the
but
Rebel.
I went to buy a Ruby and it was gone. So that
Yeah.
love-hate relationship with Coach. It's like
That's my
okay.
love-hate relationship. It's like you make me fall in love, and then you disappear. It's like I love that bag.
Well, like what I said a minute ago, the Bandit sales must be slumping. That's why they're keeping it around. Because if it was still selling in volume, they would cancel it.
Yeah.
Like, totally. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know. I've already seen people on the Coach website, the Coach Facebook groups. There's a bunch of people who bought the Empire, and there's a bunch of people still. I've seen a bunch for sale, not a bunch, but a few, especially since it's so brand new. And then the Brooklyn people have bought the Brooklyn. They said, I don't like it, and people are selling them already.
Okay. Yeah, the Bandits people are keeping.
There's one lady who has the Bandit for sale that I really want to buy. And it's a beautiful color, but the one I'm buying is from a friend, and it's only because she said, well, Jackie, I'll take a payment plan. Like, are you sure? This is what I can do. This is how I can pay it. Are you sure? And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay, then I can do it. So I bought hers instead of,
Well, that's
blue
good.
one. And I
Julie
have a
loves
blue
the
bag.
Bandit.
Who?
Julie, Agent Bag Review, she loves the
yes.
Bandit.
She has it in sports blue. I love that bag. The one Eva has. What's the runway bag that Eva has? Did she get the soft tabby?
I can't remember.
Oh, question.
Yes.
The Times Square tabby. Okay, whether you love it or hate it, irregardless. I've been seeing those bags on the pre-love market for like $250. It's
Really?
it is a current bag that's selling for what, like 600?
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there.
$550. Yeah, it's like $550 for that.
So why are they selling for
What?
$250, $280 on the pre-love market?
That's suspicious.
But it's on
Are
market.
they
It's on Facebook on Coach Gone Rogue. I've seen several of them on there,
I don't
Huh.
know. I like that bag.
and people are
Should
buying
put it in
them.
her
So
household. Yeah. I don't know. I like the Times Square tabby, but it's like a nothing. It's not doing well. People aren't really talking about it.
Mm.
Dawn Loves Couture's talked about it. It's the shape. It's not quite as good as the Cassie shape, and everybody wants a larger size. And then I love the way it looks. I really love that bag, but people aren't loving it.
let me tell you what would make that bag successful, in my opinion. If they would make it in a 30 or a 33 size,
Mhm.
because of the way it's
Larger.
designed, it would lean itself to a larger shape.
Mhm.
It would look
Yeah.
better.
Oh, this is the bag I use today. Well, this is my afternoon bag. I'll be using this tomorrow.
My afternoon
I use
bag.
this evening. This is this morning I had a different bag and I changed it when we went out to dinner, and so I'll use this tomorrow. This bag, if Coach made this bag again, I would buy it. I literally would buy it. Look at how it's off centered to one side, so it's meant to sit against your body.
Yes.
Over here, and then it zips over here, so it's not a centered zip. It's a side off-centered zip, and then with this front pocket, this fits every phone. If you want a bag with a phone, this is the best. And they made this in the 90s.
What's the name of that one? I can't remember it.
Very
I don't
ergonomic.
remember. It's that special. It was what do you call those things? The one with the special C's or something. I forgot. This is made in 1995, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's 9974 is the last four digits. But it has a split center. I think it's Bleak something, not Bleaker, but it's something with a B. I can remember. The lady who sold this to me, she was the original buyer, and she bought it out in I think Woodbury Commons or something like that, wherever that was. It has an ink stain here. Who cares? It adds character and class, So I wore this one today. But if they could just make another bag like this, I know this is like the world's most boring bag to most people. It's like, oh, it's a rectangle. It has a front pocket. I love this bag. It's like, make these again.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought it. That's what I thought it was the flight bag, but because that's what it reminds me of anyway.
Well, this is that dinky bag, right?
Yeah.
I like the
That's a-
dinky, but
That's
that
a
new
good size,
dinky,
that brown
it's
bag.
way longer, right? The
Yeah.
new dinky's way longer, or it looks like it is.
I love Coach. It's a love-hate. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I hate them. I mostly, I really like, and I think that's why I like Dooney so much, is they're very steady. They're very steady. I can
Yeah.
always,
If you
and
fall
their
in love with
stuff
one of their
just,
bags, you can get it again.
yeah.
Dooney and Coach are polar opposites. Dooney will not ever get rid of a silhouette, and Coach won't keep one.
That's the
I mean,
truth.
if you think about it, like Dooney's had the same bag since 1988. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
might tweak
Yeah.
it a little bit, but it's the same bag essentially. Coach, oh wait, the sale was over. I missed it. It's not coming back.
Well, just look at these
Oh,
three.
they love it. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
all
the dinky.
similar.
Yeah, but
They're
the
all
dinky's a lot
similar.
lighter. I just realized it was a lighter blue.
Yeah, it's an older bag too. Like it's more of a sage. I think they call it more of a sage or a mint. You know.
Yeah.
They're all pretty.
Yeah. But they're all
Very.
essentially the same, different variations. Like back pocket, a flat bag, an emblem, how's it constructed on the front, you know. So this is what? This is called the shoulder. No, this is the bandit. This is the studio, and this is the dinky. You know?
Very, very similar.
Yep.
Oh, the bag I carried last night. Let me put my ears back on. I can't hear. I got this Reed Krakoff. Oh my God, this is nice.
Mhm.
Mm. And it comes with a crossbody, but it's such a huge bag. I mean, it's just wonderful.
There's another. I love that one. There's another hobo style like that he makes. It's basically the same, but it's a square. Like how the bottom of yours is rounded. It's one giant square, and you would love it too. It's a little bit bigger.
I just love those bags. I mean, the ones that are the real Krakoff bags are just, oh my gosh, they're so nice. No spending a fortune on those.
No, until he comes back. I hope he comes back. That little rumor's out there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's supposedly looking for financing.
Wow.
Well,
That's
if
awesome.
he decides to like stick with one or two items, one or two things instead of doing what he did last time.
I think he was kind of forced into that because of his financing.
Could be.
Yeah. According to what my research, he was forced to do that. Because if you read and study about that man, he's not the kind of person that's going to go cheap out and make a bunch of plastic versions of something because he's very.
I wasn't referring to Kohl's. I was, which I know he was forced into that by the financiers.
Yeah.
But I was referring to doing bags, clothes, shoes, and just go too much too fast.
Yeah, he was forced into that too.
Probably.
His bags were selling really well, but it wasn't turning enough profit for the shareholders. So more. Okay, well, you're still not producing enough, so you got to do this Kohl's line.
So let's take your name and slap it on
he
some
left.
garbage.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing about that, because he was very popular. His bags were popular.
Yes.
But like a similar situation, Victoria Beckham, right? She sells her bags at around the same price point, a little bit higher, but she doesn't have financing. She's paid for it all herself, so she's fully controlling it. Whereas he had to have backing.
Right. Well,
worst thing you can ever do is be a publicly traded company. It takes all of the control out of your hands.
Yeah. My light is too bright now. Buttholes. Did you say buttholes? Them buttholes.
Them
Oh.
ice holes.
Ice holes. Oh, yes, the art. The art is a problem when it gets financed by lots of people. It's sad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, should we call it a night?
Well, what book are we doing for next month? Are we gonna think about it?
Anybody in chat's got any suggestions for a book they're currently reading or want to read?
Is there anybody's left in the chats?
Maybe.
Oh no, I'm just
Oh,
down with
sure.
friends.
It was a long live, but it was a fun live.
We've actually had a couple go longer than this, though. You know, I get on a topic and just can't stop. What am I looking at myself for? What have I done? Okay.
Like Facial says, a dirty book.
A dirty book.
It's the holidays.
So you want to do something holiday related?
Not really. I don't actually enjoy the holidays.
Oh.
I get exhausted. I call it the gauntlet. This is the October, from October, November, December, with all the families and all the stuff and all the, cheer and joy on earth crap. And I'm just like, stop it. Give me a break.
So, what dirty book, ladies? I don't have any suggestions. I certainly
Well,
don't
I've
want to
never
do
read-
those Anne Rice dirty books because they're real dirty.
Which
no
ones?
50 Shades of Screw Me Harder either.
Yeah, I don't like that. She writes them under a pen name. It's the Sleeping Beauty
And
series.
I've read those. I read those 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
Talk about far-fetched. And then she changed her whole she changed everything and how she wrote her books. It's like, I don't know. Not one of my favorite authors, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although I would like to read The Vampire Lestat again. Like,
Hello, camera. Wake up. I wouldn't mind reading that. The last time I read The Vampire Lestat, I was 16, 17.
What are you reading, Craig?
What you said?
What are you reading?
I don't have the strength to read at the moment.
Oh, I
Look,
understand
I'm going to
that.
show you. I wouldn't want to show you when everybody's in here. This is the new state of my eyes right here.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. Like if I start to read or even watch a TV show, I'm
Out.
gone.
Just
Well,
lulls you to sleep.
I don't go to sleep though. It's just like my brain literally checks out.
Okay.
But I'll
Well,
listen to y'all talk about them.
Yeah.
We can figure it out and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay. And if anybody has any suggestions, throw them up anytime. Blech.
All right. Deuces, y'all.
Faces, y'all. Have a good night. Loves and kisses and all that.
Oh.